Okay, I'd like to call this pension board meeting to order for July 26th at 6:50 p.m. Roll call.
Kathy Kendrich.
Mark Gaggy.
Kevin Cunningham.
Becky Hewitt.
And I did get a call from Tom Stankiewicz who could not attend tonight. And you have in front of you item number C, which is approve the meeting minutes from May 24th, 2021.
Motion to approve the meeting minutes on May 21st, 2021.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Public comment? Hearing none, move into new business. Item 1, consider act on retirement request from town employees. We did have a request for one, Dawn Coley. Now, Dawn has worked throughout multiple areas of the town. She's worked on the Board of Education for the bus garage and as a para up there. And she has also worked in the police office in dispatch. So she has put a request in to retire this time. And you have in front of you, had in front of you, the one copy of showing all of her time and for the pension. So without any further ado, I would entertain a motion to approve Don Kolek's pension request for a single life pension form of payment for $1,341.74 monthly, commencing September 1st, 2021.
I'll make a motion to approve Dawn Kolak's pension beginning September 1st, 2021 in the amount of $1,341.74 per month.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. There is no other business, and entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second that.
And a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
At 6:52. Okay, the time is now 7 p.m. I'd like to call this Board of Selectmen meeting to order, and I ask that you please rise for pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Thank you, and now roll call.
Kathy Kendrich.
Mark Gaggy.
Kevin Cunningham.
Becky Hewitt.
And item C, which is to approve meeting minutes from 7/12/2021.
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from 7/12/2021.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item D, public comment. Hearing none. Item E is old business. We have none. Item F, new business. Item 1, consider act on the tax refunds as requested by the tax collector totaling $191.57. Carrie W. Adams, Sr. for $47.28. Barry N. Vagos, $57.37. And again, Barry N. Vagos for $7.43. I'll try to pronounce this one. Rachel Mikulzakic for $79.49.
I'll make a motion to approve the tax refunds for a total of $191.57.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, item 2. I did make copies, but in front of you on this table are a listing. I guess I can talk about it briefly here. What we have in front of us is an opportunity to purchase open space land. The maps that we have here is adjacent to the current open space of 139 acres. And thinking it through, there's an opportunity for us to purchase some land so we can gain access to the remainder of that 139 acres. We had a few thoughts on how to do this, and what we have in front of the Board of Selectmen tonight is the discussion for the monies we need to appropriate and the process by which we would do this. On the maps that you see, we went to a current owner of a property and asked if we would be able to buy a little sliver of land, and they countered that with buying a little more. So it was a generous opportunity for us to be able to take ownership of more properties. And right in front of that piece of property there is what started the whole thing off. There was a 3.97 acre parcel that was up for sale. And we did make offers to both the property owner for each of those two properties. And then we also had an assessment done after the fact, so we can get an idea of how much value we're getting for our monies. One of the offers was for $43,000 for the first property closest to K-Town, adjacent to K-Town Road. Appraisal was $47,000. The other property was for roughly a little less than 19 acres, and we came back with we offered for $60,000. It came back with a $40,000 appraisal. Still reasonable for what we'd like to do with it, because the idea is what we can do for open space if you collected all of those together for 162 acres. Hiking trails, walking trails, horse trails, it's all passive recreation, and that's what the intent is. And the question is, what else can you do with it? We have to go through and find our wetlands, delineate those where they are, to see what we do with the properties. But it does open up a lot of area for us and a lot of value. So what you have in front here on this table is not only appraisals, but also the layout of the land as we saw it. That 139 acres, which was landlocked, is really what we wanted to get back to. But by adding those other two, you will see that there's a little bit of wetland on that property, but it still doesn't, stop us from getting over the 139 acres. We don't. That's all. There's another road up here, and it's all landlocked. That's why it was generous. We had 139 acres to start with, but the only way to get to it is to cut it off and kick down.
So you wouldn't have to touch this wetlands?
We have to just go through just a small area, which we can do. So this, at least we can give an opportunity to come up with better plans, so we show the whole public. We'd like to be able to. Just so the process, we get through the process, it's basically, because there's money earmarked in a separate account for open space, we would go to a town meeting to get the approval. We don't have to go back out to a referendum, because this money was earmarked specifically for open space. So that's why they've already put the money into that account. I think a little over $420,000 roughly is in there right now. And what we're looking to do is adding these two together will be $103,000, which would still leave them plenty of money for open space for other areas, or for some other areas for putting the trails out, marking them, and doing other work within it.
How did we acquire the 139 acres to begin with?
That's a great question. I think originally this was something that was done from when we crossed over Route 52 years and years ago. It was 52.
When it cut off.
It cut off a lot of the properties. And Marianne, you have something else you want to?
No, it had been, DEEP had owned the property and then they transferred it to the town.
Mm-hmm.
DEEP had it in preserved open space and they transferred it to the town, contingent on it remaining open space in perpetuity.
And open space in this particular mode would be passive recreation only. So you couldn't go hunting on it. I think you could fish, but you couldn't go hunting on it. So it is something where it's very, by the way, if we were to say yes to having a town meeting on this, I was able to get someone to do the drone flyover, and they took pictures of the property, so it gives you a better understanding of what it actually looks like. There's a lot of trees. A lot of trees. I mean, you see from that picture alone that there's tree lines all through there. But it doesn't stop us from actually putting in a proper trails through that whole process. And I think
the $103,000 that it would cost to purchase the land, and if we have a little over $400,000 in there, it's going to cost a lot to do the trails and clear that. So
marking, clearing.
could we use that money?
Yep.
Or because that's earmarked for open space,
Well, that's exactly.
does it have to be just to purchase the land.
Nope, it's open space, it's just so we can go and use some of that money for that as well.
We have to get to it first.
Yeah. So this definitely opens up the opportunity for us to do that, so, yeah, you're right, the next steps would be utilizing some of the monies to delineate the wetlands, to mark an area for trails, make sure that we're doing the right thing by going in.
So really, all we're doing tonight is making a decision to take it to a town meeting, and the town people are going to vote on it.
Yes.
So not a vote from us, all we're doing is sending it to a town meeting. So,
Giving them the opportunity to ask the pertinent questions about it, whether it be the cost of the properties, whether it be what type of trails, how long it's going to take, which it could take quite a while to see it in there, open it up. You have to mark it first, you have to mark it for the wetlands, figure out where you can go and go to.
Because this is earmarked money on open space, does it have to go to the Board of Finance?
Yeah, the Board of Finance is going to meet in a special meeting just to make sure.
Before the town meeting?
Yes, I talked to Tom tonight about that. We were supposed to meet in front of their regular meeting, and we were going to add it onto the agenda, but the chairperson realized how long that other meeting was going to be, and asked just to hold off. And I said, well, that's okay, but as long as we have a special meeting. He said he would do that. And that's actually the last board that has to act other than the town, us and the townspeople. So if you think this is worthy of going to a town meeting for the open space, I would recommend a August 11th. And if you look at the calendar, I think it's a Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday, August 11th.
Now, is this one of the ones we have a problem with the signs?
Because it's a Wednesday,
Yeah.
yes.
Town meeting or the 6:30? No, we have one that, you said next time make sure it's 6:30 or something.
Well, no, we can actually,
The sign
the
says
sign
7
says
or something.
7. Yeah,
Is that for the town meeting?
town meeting.
So this has to be at 7?
Yep.
Yeah, I knew one of them.
From the public?
Yeah. Question, is the timber on there mature timber?
Sorry, quite
Is
good.
it mature timber on there, or do a selective harvest?
Don't know.
I
When
would
you
bet
got 100
that
and
a
something
lot of it
acres
is.
landlocked, you would think it'd be mature timber, you could put selective harvest, which would also put skidders in there, which would create trails. Start the trails anyways.
Something to look into, definitely.
So we're just looking for a motion. So I will make a motion for Wednesday, August 11th at 7 PM for a special town meeting to discuss the purchase of the open space land.
I'll second that.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And that is it, except for a few items on other. We always have items on other. I just wanted to make everybody aware of the next few events that will be happening because they're so quick, coming up soon. There is July 31st, a Kimball Triathlon, 8 a.m. at Moosa Pond Beach. If you're looking to go, just make sure you find a place to park, because usually that's pretty busy. August 6th is the Plainfield fireworks at 9 p.m. at Shepherd Hill Ball Fields. The rain date is August 7th. August 7th to celebrate Plainfield, and that is an event held here at Lions Park from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. August 8th, the DJ parade starts at 1:01. And we're still working on a couple other things going on, but one of them I just wanted to mention was we've been approached by a group that wants to do a food truck event at the Lions Park. This would be for Columbus Day weekend, the 9th and 10th, from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., and we're still working to finalize that. So we have 30 food trucks, and a couple of bands for music. And that's what we're working on, all of those issues for safety and for how we'll be able to pull that off. And I did want to remind people that this Wednesday, July 28th, there will be a public hearing for the discussion for the Board of Selectmen to conduct a public hearing for the final proposal for revisions for charter revision. And that will be immediately followed by a special Board of Select meeting to move such questions forward for those proposed revisions. Unless there's anything else,
Motion adjourned.
Chris made a motion to adjourn,
I'll second
and Kathy seconded. All in favor, say aye.
All right.
that.
Aye, we're now adjourned at 7:13.